Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Can I say hi, sisters? Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome to Australia.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be back. It's been like 4 years now, so it's so much fun to be back down under.
Are you having the time of your life? Because I did just see on your Instagram you're on a private jet. That looks like you're having the time of your life.
We are having the time of our lives. It was kind of a double trip. We started in Hong Kong, and I
Hmm.
was working on some manufacturing and development meetings for my new makeup brand, Painted.
Yeah.
Then we came over to the Gold Coast, which was mostly work-related stuff to celebrate the launch of the brand new Basic Canvas palette. But now, to actually celebrate and have fun, we just landed in Hamilton Island for a couple of days of actual relaxation and rest. So the work is officially done.
Well, congratulations. Now, this may surprise you, James. I know nothing about makeup nor palettes, so you're going to have to talk me through it if that's okay. Look at me. Does
Of
this
course, of
face
course.
look? Does this face look like it's ever had a bit of makeup on it? Not in the slightest.
You never know what goes on behind closed
This
doors.
is true. This is I may tell me about it. Now, obviously, people will know you've done collaborations and stuff in the past, but
Yeah,
I it has been explained to me this is a very big deal. You have gone out on your own, and this is your own palette from your own brand. Like
yeah.
you're in the factory, like you're making it all yourself.
So yeah, my first ever makeup product I released in 2018 was a collaboration with a brand called Morphe, and it was called the James Charles palette. And it became one of the best-selling palettes in cosmetic history, which I could have never imagined, but of course will forever be grateful for. And it's no longer for sale. That's done with. But there was millions and millions of people that got their hands on that palette and were able to create such beautiful, artistic makeup looks where they felt confident and creative. And that to me was so important. And I've been wanting to work on a brand, or I've been wanting to come out with a brand for a long time now.
Mm.
And obviously, Painted has now launched. And one of the first products I knew I had to release was a palette. Now, the first product with Morphe was a rainbow palette. So I knew that I didn't want to do something similar at all. So we ended up with this, which is called my Basic Canvas. And this is basically 24 neutral shades. So it is the exact polar opposite of the first product that I came out with all those
Sure.
years ago.
Yeah. And
But basically, with the marketing of this, it's been really fun to kind of like poke fun at it a little bit.
Okay.
It's a neutrals palette. It's called the Basic Canvas. So we're not trying to act like this is some groundbreaking, revolutionary, never before seen color story before. It has been done a million different times,
Mm.
but this is Painted's take on a classic neutral palette that every makeup artist and lover needs in their kit. And I think that people are going to be super impressed with the formula, the color story, and of course the packaging as well.
Oh yeah,
If they do get their
the packaging looks. Is that embossed on the top or is that a photo? Because that looks
it
like
is. It's fully embossed,
oh, I
yeah.
like
So it
that.
actually looks like a canvas with paint on the back. The back, mine is signed, ignore that.
Okay, yep.
But there's like a wooden frame, there's little metal staple details and stuff. So it literally looks like a piece of art.
Oh, how cool is that? Okay, now you're gonna have to tell me with those colors. Where would I use them on? Would I use them at the end? Do you use them at the start? Like, how does? Again, I'm. This is an interview for everybody. We're learning
Yeah, no,
together here. Now, do I put that on? When do I put that on? As a finisher, or like from the very beginning?
so this is a face and eye palette. So basically you would use these colors to feel glamorous and gorgeous. So you could use a lot of the different shades on your eyes to create a gorgeous eyeshadow look.
Okay.
Perhaps
Mm, mm.
some pink up in here, some orange, a nice little bronze glitter. So
Yeah.
any of the kind of options will work. You can of course use the pink shades as blush as well. And we have some beautiful shades for highlighter too. So it's
Okay.
kind of like a use product that you can use everywhere throughout your makeup routine.
Mm.
But the girls that get it.
They do,
And
yeah,
you know,
yeah. And I'm
as,
and
as
I'm
small
I'm one of the sisters, but it is a lot for me to onboard very quickly.
it's
You
all
are obviously famous for your looks and your look and your makeup. Is there days where you just don't put it on? And if I was to see you in the street, would I recognize you, or would I have to look like a little bit longer? That's what I'm trying to find out because you have transformed yourself sometimes in videos and things that I've seen.
yeah. Well, I have literally nothing on right now, so
Oh
I would
wow!
hope that you
Look at
would
her,
have.
just natural queen over there, and living her best life in
Yeah.
Hamilton Island. Look at you
Oh,
go.
honestly, most days I don't wear makeup. Obviously, I love the art of transformation and I love creating and getting glam and playing with makeup and stuff, but I really like to reserve that for special events, for videos, and for photo shoots and stuff, because I find that when you do something that you love too much, it starts to become, a job. And obviously, this is what I do. I'm
Sure.
so grateful for this opportunity, but I like to make sure that I have my natural days also to, of course, protect my skin as well. So
Oh
my skin
yeah,
stays.
skin needs to be
Yeah,
protected. Absolutely.
yeah.
I've got
I
a
mean, at the end of
couple.
the day, it's like,
I
oh,
got.
go ahead.
I got a couple. No, I got a couple of makeup related questions here because obviously I know you're on holidays and I don't want to steal up all of your time. What's
Here,
the
I'll go.
most asked question about your new palette that you've got from the fans?
Ooh. I think a lot of the questions have been like, how does the formula compare to the original one?
Oh,
And
good
a lot of people have been
question.
asking
Good question.
for
That's a great
highlighters.
question. That's a great question.
Yeah. So this one is a lot of people have been talking about like the all the different elements of it, right? So with Morphe, I was really lucky that I partnered with them, so
Mm.
I was able to do the creative, the design, and the marketing. But in terms of the actual manufacturing, that was all them. I designed it and stuff, but they had all the connections to bring that product to life. Whereas this is a bit different because this is now myself and my team, where we don't have any partners or investors or multi-billion-dollar corporations behind us funding and overseeing the entire process. So it's a more expensive palette. It's 55 USD as opposed to the 39, but it's extremely high quality. I think that what's been really fun to see too is everyone's now getting them and starting to post their
Yeah.
reviews on TikTok and stuff. And the first thing that everyone's been saying, you notice right away that
Mm.
the actual paint on top is embossed and textured, so it looks like a real piece of art. So I think right away customers will be
Absolutely.
able to see the
Um,
quality of the product inside.
Now are you the CEO, the big boss, the boss man of the new company? Have you hired and fired anybody? Do you have big corporate board? Do you have a big boardroom table? Like, what's the business life like?
So I've quickly learned what I'm really, really great at with this brand and
Sh-
what are things that I like to be able to pawn off to the people that I think are
Sure.
better
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really lucky to have my business partner that does a lot of like the logistics stuff
It's a good
because that
idea.
is
So
not
basically,
stuff too.
employ people who are very smart to do all the heavy lifting, right?
Yeah. But for me, it's been really fun to do the creative. I mean, I've
Yep.
designed every single piece of the packaging myself. I've come up with all the marketing concepts with my small team that I work with back in LA. That I've been working with for years and all my content and stuff. We've done all the photo shoots ourselves. I've worked as the key artist on all the photo shoots along with some
Oh,
really
nice.
incredibly talented people. So it's been really cool to get my hands dirty and really figure out like the different roles that I want to play within the brand. But then, like I said, bring some really talented people on the team that can help do the jobs that
Hmm.
I am not the strongest at.
No, good. You're very well spoken. Can I say you're very well spoken? It's giving boss
Thank
energy. It's giving boss energy. I want to know the girls that work here on the show. They want to. Obviously, it's very hot here in Australia. We're going into summer.
Yes.
Do you have any tips or advice for how to not have your face melt? Because girls
Ooh.
will know that when it's hot, you can put makeup on and it can fall straight off and it looks awful from over here. When I see someone's face melting, I'm like, "Ugh, their face is melting. That's not a look."
Basically, even if you don't know about makeup, you can still clock somebody
Yeah,
when they're
ow,
when they're
yeah. I know nothing about makeup, and I can work out when someone's done it bad. Trust me.
I think it's all about your skincare routine. I think finding, of course, when it's summertime, it's really important to find a really good sunscreen. It's great to find a primer that's going to last you all day long. Of course, you're going to need a lot of powder if you're doing a full face of makeup, and of course, a great setting spray that's going to really lock it in place.
Hmm.
We do not have one yet for painted that I would love to be able to plug right now,
No,
but
we can work
it's
on that. We can
definitely
work
worth.
on that. You need to go have a meeting with
It's already in
yourself.
the works, yes. But personally, when it's like really hot in summertime, like that's when I like to do more minimal makeup.
Okay.
Like I said, you'll with nothing on today, or I'll do a light glam with just some, freckles, blush, brows, where it's like nothing, no like complexion products, because those are going to be the first ones that are going to start to melt.
Okay, before I let you go, have you got a nice dinner or something, flashy dinner booked? Are you going to get out in the sun and just lay by the pool on Hamilton? Yeah, you're going to have a nice little relaxing break, yes? Before I let...
Tonight, I'm so excited. We're going to the grocery store, and we're gonna buy all sorts of materials, and I'm cooking for tonight. So let's
Okay,
pray that don't burn the island
sure.
down.
Yep, okay.
Um, it literally, if we all die, this will be
Yeah,
the last
it's
interview
on
that I
you.
ever
It's
do.
on
So
you.
you can sell this for a lot of money.
Mhm.
But we're gonna be cooking a nice spicy vodka pasta for dinner tonight. So
Hello. It's giving Gigi Hadid. I love it. I have a game, slay or not slay, okay? I'm just going to give you trends. You just tell me slay or nay or not slay, because apparently the kids
Okay,
say today not slay. Face freckles. Apparently people draw them on. Slay or not
absolutely.
slay?
I
Slay.
draw them on almost every day. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. See, because when I was a kid, no one wanted freckles, but now today, smoky
But
eye.
see, I just don't buy that. Everyone always says,
Really?
"Oh, I got my freckles," and literally, no, you didn't.
No,
No,
okay.
you
No,
didn't.
no, growing up, people didn't want freckle. Now everyone wants a freckle.
No, they're so cute. They're so cute and beautiful. I think they're very unique and fun.
Slay or not slay, the smoky eye.
Definitely slay. I think you
Okay.
just got to be careful that it doesn't get too smoky.
Oh yeah, you don't want it smoking all off the side of your head, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. So you're gonna cut crease. What is that?
Oh, cut crease is definitely a slay. I will say though, I think a soft crease is more of the trend of the days, whereas
I don't know what
cut
that
crease is
is. What is a cut crease?
well, cut crease is when you would blend your shadow in, and then you would take like a shimmery shade, such as this beautiful one right here called Gold Coast,
Yes. Oh, hello.
and you would have like a see where if I open my eye, see how you can see
Oh,
that
there's the
hole right
line.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you would basically put the shimmer shade right inside of that line, so it'd be a sharp, like rounded shape.
Okay.
For but it looks really beautiful. But the trend now is a little bit more of like a less harsh line. It's more of like a blended crease.
Sure. Now I know everyone does makeup because they just their artistic expression, but like most guys don't pay any attention to that. Like just girls who are listening who are like, oh, this guy, my man's gonna love my smoky eye, and he's not paying attention. He absolutely does not pay any. But you do you. I am excited that amount of effort. How much money do you reckon before you got famous, right? Before you, like in the early days, before you were like anybody, how much money do you
Yeah.
reckon you spent on product? Because like there's a lot of product people can use, right?
Yeah.
Like people go
Well,
through
first,
it.
before I even answer that question about the whole man thing, I think that there's a misconception that a lot of girls do makeup to look hot for guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
of
true.
course that may be the case for some. Of course, I too like to look pretty for men every now and then.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I think that most people do makeup because they want to feel beautiful and confident for themselves. But also, if you're dating or talking to somebody, for the girls listening out there, you better find a man that loves you with a full face of makeup on or with nothing on at all. Because if your
Yes.
man is telling you what you can and can't wear,
This is
that's
true. This is true.
and growth.
I've got a few female friends who I have they have told me that they will go to sleep with their new boyfriend in a full face of makeup because their
Yes, no,
boyfriends don't know what they look like without makeup, and I'm like, this is a red flag.
no,
We need.
that's a massive red flag. It's a massive red flag. At the end of the day, if you're finding somebody that's gonna love you, they have to love you for you,
Well said.
whether you have a 2 hour routine on or nothing at all. So I
Well
think that's
said.
really important. But to answer your other question,
Yeah.
before I got famous, I'd probably say honestly, not much. I was really lucky to start getting on PR lists and grabbing the attention of
Sure.
brands when I was first getting started. So I would probably say like maybe $1,000 total when
Oh
I was a
wow.
kid.
Okay, good on you. Hustling from an
Yeah.
early. Well, good on you. What a hustle. Last one. Now this last slay or not slay, the bleached eyebrow. I am going to go a hard no, not slay. It's really uncomfortable. I don't know where to look. When I see someone with bleached eyebrows, I'm like, am I supposed to look or do I not stare? Do I stare? Do I not stare? It's just it's a hard no from me.
I think it really depends on somebody's personal style. I do not think that I could rock a bleached brow. So for myself, I'm gonna say not slay, but I've definitely seen some girlies who are able to look incredible with it. My
Yeah.
forehead's too big.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
for me, it's definitely gonna be a not slay. I mean, imagine none of this. Like that's just way too much real
White.
estate.
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm very grateful for your time. The new palette, it's out right now. Everyone can get it from painted.co. It is the basic canvas palette. It's modeled by yours truly right there. It looks stunning. Thank you for being on the show. Appreciate your time and enjoy the rest of your holiday here in Australia, all right?
Speaking of, I have one last and final thing that I want to say. Speaking of being in Australia with the palette, very excited to announce we have domestic shipping coming soon. So I'm very, very pumped about that because obviously Painted is based in LA and shipping is just
deadly. It kills. No, it kills us. Honestly, the US shipping, it kills us. I can't. Honestly, it's offensive. Like you would come here as an American and you'd be like, oh my God, I was rich back home, but my American money makes me even more rich here in Australia. The dollar is so bad.
The prices here are really crazy. When I went makeup shopping, even into Mecca and Sephora a couple of days ago, I could not believe some of the eyeshadow palettes that were like $120 for like 12 shades, whereas this is 24 for
Yeah.
55 USD.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a great price in AUD, and it'll be shipping domestically. So
Oh, well,
within the
well
next
done,
couple of weeks,
you.
you guys
Good
will
job.
play the price.
You get CEO of the month. That's a great. I'm sure you didn't have anything to do with that, but your team are very good to do that. Thank you, thank you very much for the time, James. Appreciate it. It's great to meet you.
You as well. Thank you so much.